and you're not following me and I'm not following you, but you're still somehow watching my stories. So I'm sitting in the car. I just finished eating Wingstop, and I'm a little bit annoyed with myself because I already know that this is going to make me sick. And I haven't eaten since 11 a.m. and it's 10:48 p.m. right now. So it's been almost 12 hours of no eating. And I was trying to wait until I got a call for work, because sometimes when I eat right before my shift starts and then I start moving around at my shift and, you know, spending almost a whole 8 hours at work, just kind of makes my stomach settle a little bit better and I don't feel as sick. But if I eat and I go home and I just sit in my room or in my space or whatever and just watch TV, my stomach will start hurting in a couple of hours. So like right now, my stomach is not hurting, but I already know. But the food that I ate earlier today at 11 was like had me full almost the whole day. Like literally, I only ate now because I was like, I haven't eaten in 12 hours. So like my mind is like, you're hungry, even though my stomach is not hungry. Like, does that make sense? Like, this is like becoming the new version of my life, and I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate every moment of it, and it's making like my quality of life just feel really sucky. And I know there are people going through worse situations, like with their stomach. Some people have cancer, some people have diabetes and things like that. Like I don't. My situation hasn't gone that far, but it's still bothering me. In my, you know, for me, this feels like horrible. Like, you know, like some people will tell you and try to remind you that other people have it worse. And we all know that other people have it worse. But when you're complaining about something that's going on with you, this is like your version of worse. And so if I had cancer, yes, that would be even more horrible. Like, but right now, these stomach problems that I'm having is just bad for me, because like I'm somebody who loves to eat. Like my comfort comes from food. Like I love food and television. Food and television was my thing, my go-to for so many years. This is what I love to do. I love to eat and I love to watch TV, watch movies. And like, I'm just not enjoying any of it anymore. Like I'm not enjoying television as much as I used to. I'm not watching television as much as I used to. Like I find myself more on TikTok than I do watching TV shows. Like I'll start off a TV show and then I'm watching like the first 15 minutes and then I find myself distracted by TikTok that I just end up pausing the show, and then the show just kind of stays on pause because I'm just like, I'm not really interested anymore. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I kind of just feel like I'm like on autopilot through life. Like it's just like, I don't want to feel this way. But lately it's been feeling like that. It's just like, another stomach ache. I still feel full. Work is sucky. I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm doing the same thing every single day. I don't know if it's because I feel lonely. I have no idea like what the autopilot feeling is. But lately I've just been feeling like I'm just kind of just going through life. Like I don't know if it's like when I turn 35. I don't know if 35 is just making me feel more, you know, depressed and more sad. I don't know. Like I just feel like I should probably be someplace else, but I don't know where else is. Like I should be doing something else, but I don't know what else is. Like what it is that I should be doing. I don't know. Like if I had my way right now, if I had my way and I could do like anything I would want to do in the world right now, I would probably be like a full-time podcaster. Like that is something that I think I would enjoy doing. Like literally, I've been talking about this for a couple of years with myself, and I never like kind of just like said it out loud. But like I don't have anybody to do a podcast with, and I don't want to do it by myself. Like I don't listen to people who do solo podcasts, and I wouldn't want somebody to be subjected to my voice for a solo podcast. But that's something that I've been thinking about doing for a couple of years now, but I just don't know where to start. I don't have anybody to do it with. I don't have any friends here, and I don't really want any friends here, but like I just don't know where to start. And so I don't know. I know some people are probably going to watch this part right here and be like, well, just do it. If you want to do it, just do it. And it's like, yeah, it's that easy to say, just do it. But it's like, it's not that easy to just do it. Like I could do it. But then, like, are y'all gonna listen? Probably not, because nobody barely watches my YouTube. So like, how am I going to get an audience for my podcast if I could barely get one for my YouTube? So it's like, I need another person. I need somebody else. Like, I had a guy who I thought would have been perfect for a podcast with, but he's just he's just really childish, and he's just like, I can't really stand him, and I feel like he can't get over the fact that I am not interested in him. Like, why can't we just be cool? Why can't we just like hang? Like, I even wanted to be his roommate. Like, I was like down for roommate shit. I was down for a bunch of shit. And he just like can't get over the fact that I'm just not interested. Like, you're attractive. I think you're hot, but I don't like your personality. Like, your personality and my personality don't go together. Like, his personality is that like jokey, pranky kind of vibe, and I don't like that. I'm more serious adult. Like, I don't like do childish shit, and he's like more of like child. Like, he reminds me of my little brothers. Like, he reminds me, not that my little brothers are childish, but just because their age. My little brothers are in their 20s, and like, he just reminds me of them, and it just feels like if I'm with him, I'm like dating someone in my little brother's friendship group. Like, it's just like, I'm not into like younger men, if that makes sense. And so he's a younger guy. His vibe is just like not matching my vibe, and we just don't match. And so, but I think that we would have been great for a podcast. Like, you know, just because we don't match sexually doesn't mean that we can't match podcastly, you know. Anyway. And this is a test to see if he watches my YouTube videos, because if he does, then he's going to be offended by this part, because he's going to know I'm talking about him. Yes, I'm talking about you. He's going to know, and he's going to pretend that he's not watching my Instagram right now when you're not following me and I'm not following you, but you're still somehow watching my stories. This turned into something else. I gotta go. This is turned into something else. But anyway, if I had my way, podcast will be coming soon. Life in 86 would be the podcast name. So stay tuned.